What's up, y'all? Let's talk Star Wars.
Ready up, my destiny.
It's so good to see you all. I'm trying to get this video out so I can give you 2 videos for the entire week, and I also got my podcast going, so let's go. Bad Batch. Is Omega a Force sensitive? Honestly, I have no idea. I kind of feel like that she is, just a little bit, because there are certain instances in these episodes where I feel like she kind of understands, like her awareness level is pretty okay at times, but I feel like her feelings, her understanding, and the one that everyone keeps talking about is the one scene that totally just makes me feel like it's very possible that she's a Force sensitive, and that's when she goes ahead and takes the blaster and shoots Crosshair's blaster out. And the second one, of course, is when she tells Crosshair, like, hey, you know, I know you're about to do this thing and it's totally okay, you're not in control. That just makes me feel like she's totally into feelings. She has this somewhat intuition type of deal, which is awareness wide, which I feel like is very Force sensitive like, and I'm really enjoying her. You know, usually a lot of these younger characters get in the way of the story, but I'm not feeling that with Omega. Obviously that didn't happen with Grogu. Grogu was basically all Mandalorian, but there's a lot of characters at times where I feel like I just don't like it, especially when I watch like movies, like horror movies. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand kid actors. It's just so annoying, and I'm not getting that vibe at all from Omega, which is really awesome because I feel like it's such a great risk when they do this stuff, and they're doing it so well. Dave Filoni just knows what he's doing. Everybody knows what they're doing. Bad Batch writer, I think everything is going well. I did not anticipate myself getting so excited for Bad Batch, and we're going to be on episode 3 this Friday. You all are going to get that reaction early in the morning. I'm going to be staying up till about 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, get it ready to go for you all, and I can't wait to see this new episode. Still waiting for Fennec Shan, still waiting for all these other characters to appear. I have no idea what's going to happen with Rex. Maybe Ahsoka will appear, but I'm just stuck and glued in because I want to see how many episodes this is, and I want to see how far it can go, because one thing we haven't really seen before instead of Rogue One, I want to say, is probably the closest rendition of this, but the darkness, the quick transition into the Empire from the Republic, and it's so beautiful to see because there really isn't a lot of that. And you know, in Star Wars, it's a very obvious difference between the two sides of the Rebellion and the Empire, and I feel like that's why I loved Rogue One so much, because it kind of shows you the nitty-gritty darkness that some of the Rebellion had to do with Cassian Andor. You know, he shoots his ally or his informant that's telling him about the Death Star weapon, and then he kills him. And a lot of people didn't like that part because, you know, the Rebels were supposed to be the good superhero guys, and, you know, the Empire was the big, obviously bad for bad. And I love how this is kind of showing you the huge struggle with the entire galaxy. You know, they're registering people now, you know, with the chain codes, and that harps all the way back to the Mandalorian. I love it. A lot of people don't like how things connect, but for me at least, I've always felt like it gives Star Wars greater value when they at times kind of mesh everything together. Not the big stories, but there's some minor connections. I feel like it just goes so well. So let's talk about Knights of the Old Republic. Yo, Knights of the Old Republic, which is crazy because I feel like this rumor has been going around for like 3 years now, right? It's been a while, everybody. It has to have been, right? And it seems like Knights of the Old Republic remake or a rendition of this video game, whether it's an extension, a spiritual reboot, it is happening. We've had several people, several sources that have talked about it. We're just waiting for an official announcement. We don't know when it's going to happen. I was really hoping it would have happened May the 4th. We didn't get too much news aside for some of the uploads on Disney Plus, which I'm really happy about. A lot of people sleeping on Biomes. You gotta check that out, by the way. But Knights of the Old Republic, what really piques my interest here, and I want to say, like, the great question that I feel like a lot of people are going to ask is, like, what is it going to be? You know, is it going to be a spiritual reboot? Is it going to be a brand new sequel? Is it going to be a game that really has no ties to the old Knight Republic except for the name? Because with the Rise of Skywalker, that movie made Darth Revan canon, and you see that in the visual dictionary. At least for me, it's canon to me. Every single Star Destroyer was named after a Sith Lord, and Darth Revan was one of them. He is alive, he is canon, but it's just his name. It could be a different appearance, it could be a different story, but at least for now, Knights of the Old Republic is canon to me, and this game itself is so important. You know, I feel like this is probably just as important as, I want to say, a game like Halo Infinite. I'm a huge Halo fan, and Halo Infinite's going to be everything for Microsoft. It really is, because Halo is Xbox in a sense. And, KOTOR isn't just another Star Wars game. It might be the Star Wars game. So you have to tread lightly, very, very, very cautious of how exactly this game is going to be rekindled and restarted and recreated. And I've heard so many rumors about them going out and hiring these devs that used to make the original Knights of the Old Republic, that also worked on the ports for the mobile game that apparently works really well. So I guess at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this game and how everything plays out, because I hope both KOTOR and Halo Infinite are gonna be the ones, baby. So we'll see what happens, all right? And this is something that I want to talk about a little bit. I actually have been doing my podcast again, so there's gonna be a lot more content coming by you. I'm trying to do at least 2 videos a week with my podcast. So that's 3 pieces of content that you all can get, and I've been pretty dedicated about going back and forth and making sure you all get that. By the way, my podcast is called Unlock the Knowledge. It's available on all platforms. Anything that you can hear a podcast, it is there. It's currently up right now, so if you guys want to talk about or listen to the brand new Batu Art of Galaxy's Edge book that I just bought, I go super into detail. I'm going to talk a little bit about that right now. So please go ahead and follow. The link is in the description below, so go ahead and do that. Every single Sunday, you're gonna get it. I'm so obsessed and I'm so infatuated with these illustrations, because I feel like art at times is one of the greatest tools to really take you back behind the scenes of how well and how planned, how thought out everything is. I don't know if you're a really big theme park person. I'm not. I don't really care too much about like theme parks and Disney, but Star Wars is everything for me. And when I've gone to Batu so many times, I practically moved to the city that I'm in because I wanted to work in Galaxy's Edge. Yes, I'm that crazy. So when I bought this book, I wasn't necessarily expecting so much artwork, and not just Batu themed, because the book has so much theme artwork that's from all types of areas, and specifically the Imperial era. The Imperial era was something I did not expect to have any type of concept art for, because I feel like if it was, Star Wars would have been really hush-hush about some of their ideas. But there's things like a Boba Fett character looking that's like meeting Batu and is walking around. There's Imperial transports, and it goes in about the TIE Echelon and how the TIE Echelon, which is one of the ships that's there, the big one that's next to the First Order Star Wars shop, they made that specifically for the park, and I love that, because I haven't seen it in a movie yet, I haven't seen it in a video game yet, and I'm hoping that we see it sometime soon, because I feel like it's such a huge design that really needs to be used at some point, because they're totally missing the opportunities for this. But it's just the sheer scale of a lot of these illustrations and how well they did it, because I mean, dude, it has so many type of continents. There's so much geography. There's forests and deserts, grasslands. It goes on mud pits and everything, and just to the whole, I want to say, like, interior design of the Oga's Cantina and Doc Ondor shops. It's just so much, and it's totally worth the money for paying for it. So if you ever have a couple extra bucks laying around, it's like $50, so you ever have a couple extra bucks laying around, definitely get that, as well as the Mandalorian art piece, because that one is also juicy. But I go into so much detail on my podcast, so please go on and listen to it. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm gonna keep doing what I can with all the videos that I can, even though I'm working like crazy. Hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you. May the Force forever serve you. Deuces, fam. Let's go.